What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the Better Gift Shop collaboration with Nike on the Air Max DN8 in this Revenge colorway. Over the past year, it's been huge for the city of Toronto when it comes to Nike collaborations. In my mind, there's kind of like a big three. We have the Air Max 95 Toronto, we have the Make Way P6000s, and now this one completes the trio. So Better Gift Shop is a brand, a boutique, and a cultural hub here in Toronto. And while they're no strangers to collaborations, this marks their very first collaboration with Nike. So this is their take on the DN8, and the color of the shoe is inspired by the concept of revenge, or more specifically how revenge is a dish best served cold. So these dropped on the Better Gift Shop website on June 13th, and they retailed for 260 Canadian dollars, but there's going to be a follow-up sneakers release, and in the US they're retailing for 210 US dollars, so it actually was cheaper for Canadians to buy them from the Better Gift Shop. Officially, the colorway for this shoe is Wolf Gray, Photo Blue, and Cool Gray, and the DN8 is a new silhouette from Nike. It launched earlier this year, and it's a follow-up to the Air Max DN, where it aimed to provide the wearer with a closer to the ground feel, and it incorporated 8 air chambers instead of the 4 found on the DN. So first things first, here's a quick look at the packaging. So this comes in a custom box just for this release. It's done in this black cardboard finish, and we have an image of Revenge, who's a new mascot that was created for this collaboration, and it has a lenticular finish to it. Depending on the angle you're looking at it, you can see how Revenge is winking, and it changes from Better Gift Shop branding to Air Max, again depending on your angle. On this end of the box we have Air Max branding, on the other side we have Nike, and then on the back we have the words DN8 along with these 8 circular graphics representing the 8 air chambers found in the midsole. And then on the front we have the size label along with another graphic of Revenge. And inside the box there's also special paper as well featuring co-branding with Better Gift Shop and Nike. So taking a deep dive into the details, a good portion of the upper is crafted out of this woven material in this gray color. All throughout you'll see we have these reflective lines which give the shoe almost like a hand-drawn feel and look. Right above this we have this shiny jeweled Nike swoosh in blue, and then surrounding the front toe cap we have a rubberized or TPU overlay, and this is done in a tonal gray color. Covering the eyelets we have these synthetic layers with reflective detailing in between the laces themselves, and then underneath this we have more synthetic overlays in dark gray, but again also featuring reflective detailing. Underneath this, the mesh is given a gradient style finish, where it goes from darker gray on the base to more of a lighter gray up top, and then moving downwards, you can see we have another jeweled Nike swoosh in blue, whereas on the medial side, we have this strip that covers the stitching, and it's very faint and it's kind of hard to see, but it features the branding of Better Gift Shop on it. Covering the heel, we have this large gray colored TPU heel clip. This gives you some structure and support around the heel of the shoe. Underneath this, we have a dark gray colored mesh, again with reflective detailing on it. And then in the middle of this TPU layer, we have this retro late 90s, early 2000s Air Max branding. And then on the top of the heel, we have the silver colored reflective strip. As far as the laces go, this pair comes with 2 different lace options. The standard lace that they come with and the one that I prefer are these rope style laces in gray, again with reflective detailing on them, but they also come with a black colored rope lace, and just like the gray lace, they also feature blue lace tips with Better Gift Shop branding. So the laces intertwine through these trail inspired lace loops. This is crafted in what feels like a synthetic blue colored suede, again with reflective detailing in the middle. The tongue itself is crafted out of a gray colored mesh. In the middle, the laces intertwine through this reflective silver overlay. The tongue on the top has more of a plush or molded feel to it, and then stitched at the very top, we have a lenticular patch with Better branding or Air Max branding, depending on the angle that you're looking at it from. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in the medium gray colored liner. And then for the insoles, these come with their typical foam lined insole, nothing too special here, but they feature the graphic of Revenge that we saw earlier on the box, and you'll see how he's actually wearing a pair of these DN8s, which I thought was really dope. So the upper of the DN8, it sets atop the most recognizable and unique feature about this sneaker, which is the midsole. So the midsole, it's not explicitly said, but I'm assuming it's some sort of phylon, and it's painted in 2 tones of gray. And then underneath the foam, here you'll find the 2 chambers of dynamic air. So we have one on the forefoot and one on the heel. And the concept is that when you walk, the air is supposed to travel between the 2 dynamic air units, giving you more of a smooth transition from heel to toe. According to Nike, the 2 chambers closest to the heel and the 2 closest to the forefoot, these are supposed to be a higher PSI, giving you more support and firmness, whereas the 4 in the middle are supposed to be a little bit softer, giving you more of a soft cushioned feel. Either way, all of these chambers are given a blue tint, and we have the Better Gift Shop B logo featured on the third bubble from the back. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, so this is your typical DN8 outsole, and it's crafted primarily out of black rubber. In the middle, you can see this blue area right here. This basically shows you where the dynamic air chambers sit. The outsole pattern also pays homage to Nike Tune Air, and in the middle, we have that retro DN8 branding that we saw earlier on the heel of the shoe. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, so I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10 because the 10.5 was not available on the website. And trying them on, I'd say that they do run true to size, but they are snug in the toe box. So if you have a narrow or normal width foot, I feel like you could go true to size in these, but if you have a wider foot, you'd probably be better off going up a half size. The length of the shoe is okay, but the width of the shoe around the toe box specifically, it does run narrow. Not to the point where it's like unbearable for me. If I wear thinner socks, it's fine. But if you have a wider foot, then I feel like going true to size will feel pretty uncomfortable if you wear these for many hours. To give you guys a point of comparison, I go true to size or size 10 in Nike models like the Air Max 1, Air Max 90, whereas I usually go up half a size in older Air Max 95s, as well as the Air Zoom Spiridon. So take that as you will, but again, if you do have a wider foot, I'd recommend going up half a size. Moving on to the comfort, so the DN8 is actually a decently comfortable sneaker. It's more of a lower to the ground feel than the DN, and there's an adequate amount of softness underfoot. I don't really feel the difference in the pressure of the air chambers, but the transition from heel to toe feels decently smooth. So it's not going to be one of the most comfortable shoes that I have in my collection, but for an everyday casual use sneaker, I thought Nike did a solid job from a comfort standpoint. The build of the shoe though I thought was nothing special. Everything on the shoe is just a bunch of meshes, synthetic overlays, reflective panels. That's kind of expected given the type of sneaker this is. I'm not going into buying this expecting premium leathers or suedes. But I thought the build of the shoe was fine. There weren't any major flaws that I could see. The upper is pretty much free of any visible stitching, and it was free of major glue stains, and the paint job was solid as well. So all in all, while the materials aren't great, I thought the overall build of the shoe was good. So with all of that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, I know the DN8 isn't the most popular silhouette from Nike, and while it doesn't really fit my feet ideally, I think the colorway for this shoe is really dope. Maybe I'm biased because I'm from Toronto, but seeing the city get so much love from Nike over the past year has been amazing. So this, again, is a great colorway. I love the textures on this shoe, and like I mentioned before, the lines all throughout make it look like it's like hand sketched, and I think it's executed really well. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this Better Gift Shop Air Max DN8. What are your overall thoughts on this pair? What are your thoughts on the DN8 in general? Have you tried on a pair yet? And if you have, what are your thoughts? Again, I know it's not the most popular model right now, but I think it kind of has like a niche following. So I'm curious to see if a collaboration on this model will make it any more sought after. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll link my social media accounts down below. And as always, thank you for your continued love and support, and I'll catch everybody in my next video.